The No New Friends podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. For the best in below-the-waist grooming, visit manscaped.com. Use promo code NNF for 20% off. That is manscaped.com. Big news this week here in Orlando, and that is, Sarah, you and Lewis go to the parks a lot. Like
all the time.
a lot, like every week. I'm a little bit jealous.
Like, yeah.
Have you ever seen a bear loose in Frontierland? And I'm not talking about the Country Bear Jamboree fuzzies.
No, I haven't, but I wanted to.
Yes. So a bear got loose in Magic Kingdom. And when I say got loose,
I was there last week.
It was.
We're not talking about that, right?
It wasn't you, Nick. It wasn't you. It was.
Oh, okay.
It was a black bear, and when they say it got loose, it climbed up a tree.
Are we allowed to say that?
Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studios. It's time for the No New Friends podcast. The podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. The good, the bad, and the funny.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
That's right. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number 1 by our friends and family and number 3 by the Orlando Weekly Readers Poll. We are the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. Now, if you'd like to connect with us on all of our social media, all of our links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise and also join our clubhouse. Become a friend with benefits. That's our Patreon. And for as low as $2 a month, you can watch us record all of these episodes live, have exclusive content come your way, cutting room floor, all that good stuff. So check us out there, nonewfriendspodcast.com. If you listen to us on Spotify, Apple, well, wherever you listen to us, give us a rating, give us a 5-star review. We love that kind of stuff, and it really, really helps us out. My name is Scott. I am the host. With me, as always, my amazing comical characters, everybody's favorite food truck critic, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Our producer, Alex.
It's me, the guy who edits the podcast.
And the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
I myself am strange and unusual.
Oh, that's Beetlejuice.
Yes. Oh, if you didn't get this, I was going to be very upset with you.
Yeah. Winona Ryder, however you want to say her name. They've been teasing us with a potential sequel to that movie for about 25 years now.
They're filming it.
Okay, allegedly.
I saw Wednesday Addams on a bike, and I'm pretty sure that was whatever her name is.
That was on TikTok,
yes,
right? I saw that. That was the one and only video.
Yeah, I'm like watching it 100 times, see if I can see anything else in there. I think she was just out on a bike ride. I don't really think they were filming anything.
So big news this week here in Orlando, and that is, Sarah, you and Lewis go to the parks a lot. Like
all the time.
a lot, like every week. I'm a little bit jealous.
Like, yeah.
Have you ever seen a bear loose in Frontierland? And I'm not talking about the Country Bear Jamboree fuzzies.
No, I haven't, but I wanted to.
Yes. So a bear got loose in Magic Kingdom. And when I say got loose,
I was there last week.
It was.
We're not talking about that, right?
It wasn't you, Nick. It wasn't you. It was.
Oh, okay.
It was a black bear, and when they say it got loose, it climbed up a tree.
Are we allowed to say that?
It had climbed up a tree in Frontierland and was just chilling. You know, he didn't get casted in Country Bear Jamboree, and so he was a little pissed. This one bear shut down half of the Magic Kingdom. I was looking on my Disney Experience app, and I just see stars indicating closed attractions, and it's like all of Frontierland, all of Liberty Square, some of Adventureland. It was crazy.
I think it was a liberal hoax myself, Scott. I don't think.
I agree.
It wasn't
I
fair.
agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, we all thought, like, in the travel agent industry, it was kind of blown up our social media, and we're like, we knew Disney just announced that they're going to redo the Country Bear Jamboree. next year and do the songs for like maybe the bear is going on protest or something.
Good point. Good point. But the internet never lets us down. The memes and the pictures of the bear on different Magic Kingdom attractions was
like
priceless.
He had the best day.
Yeah.
He was on the Haunted Mansion. I saw he was on Pirates all by himself.
Yeah. I'm still questioning the validity of this story because we never saw a picture of the bear in Magic Kingdom. We heard there's a bear, and then we saw the bear in a bag, and then the bear was in Ocala. Like, we never really saw the bear in Magic Kingdom.
I like a good conspiracy, Scott.
It must have been a very, very slow news day because, Chris, this consumed the Orlando news feeds and Facebook.
It really did.
Nothing else must have happened the entire day because this was the lead story on everything. And, of course, it's over exaggerated. It's, bear loose at Walt Disney World and all that. I do have a clip from the news that I wanted to play for you guys real quick.
Please.
So
Please do.
Here we go.
A bizarre bear sighting at Disney.
Happy birthday!
Have a gay old time.
Hey, Nick, it's Scott from the No New Friends podcast. Hey, buddy, just wanted to wish you a very happy 39th birthday. Last year of your 30s, you're getting as old as me. Get ready for pill sorters and frequent trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Hey, man, it's all good. I couldn't ask for a better co-host and even more importantly, a better friend. Happy birthday, Nick. We love you.
What is going on? The No New Friends podcast. Yes, it is I, Lord Remy. That's right, guys. I would like to give a shout out to a very special someone on the No New Friends podcast. First of all, great job. You guys are doing a great job today on this lovely episode. However, happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Have a great day and be safe. Take care.
Happy birthday, Nick. Is it okay for me to say that? Well, maybe it is, but happy birthday, Nick. I hope that your birthday is full of bears and other lovely things. I was also curious, when you go on vacation, who books your vacation? Is it Sandpiper Vacations? Do you get that money by booking your own vacation? Is this like a hack in the system that someone can use? Please
Good
respond
question.
in 5 to 12 business days. I'd greatly appreciate it. And happy birthday.
Hi, Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy. Nick. Hi, Nick. I wanted to make this the perfect birthday message for you, but I did not know how to word it. So, of course, I tapped the shoulders of ChatGPT and asked it to generate a 30-second happy birthday message to someone that is gay. So here we go. Happy birthday to the fabulous Nick. Your radiant spirit shines brighter than ever, and today we celebrate you for being unapologetically yourself. May this year be filled with love, laughter, and all the rainbow-colored joy your heart desires. Keep spreading your beautiful light, and remember, we love you just the way you are. Hashtag love is love. Hashtag happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday to the only person that is on Chris's Hall Pass list, or at least I think it's you. I mean, your name is listed as Big Daddy. I mean, you're the only one person I can think that he's referring to. Or maybe it's Scott. He's kind of like a big daddy, if you catch what I'm saying. Well, now I'm really confused, just like Chris is with his 60% gay meter. All right. Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy 100th birthday, Nedward. I hope your day is filled with everything you love, like edibles, dick, and maybe even edible dicks.
Nick's Bryan. Happy birthday, cake eater. I was told my first message was too nice, so I'm going to read you like a Cheesecake Factory movie. Fast and angry and full of anxiety. In the words of a famous drag queen, you're such a fat slut that after sex, you smoke hands. Thanks for dressing up as Ursula for our recent Disney trip. You have now outdone the Little Mermaid remake, as I can't get the image of a worn-out sea hat eating birthday cake in bed at 1 a.m. out of my head. You're like Disney after dark. JK, I love you, brother, and hope you have the best day.
I love you, Daddy. I love you. You're a nice kid. I love you. Happy birthday. You're the best, Daddy. Give me milk.
Happy
Happy birthday, Nicholas. I hope your birthday is amazing, and it will be because you'll be spending it with me. We can go get our hooves polished because God knows after that Coast to Ghost tour, our feet need it. I'm sure there'll be cake, edibles, and food. 3 of your most favorite things. Love you.
True. Oh my God. Now I'm a sobbing mess. Are we just gonna keep playing the song so I keep crying?
It's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move on, gay.
It had to end with your theme song.
I was like, am I supposed to talk now? Like, I'm speechless.
That's
like,
why you don't have to say anything. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Birthday. Happy birthday.
I know my friends were on there that just went to Disney with us. My neighbor, Chad, my husband, Piper, everybody. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Yeah, I had no interest in talking about the Disney bear. It was just the best way to transition.
It was a good transition, and I love a good bear.
And a good transition.
Yeah.
Yes.
And thanks, Ryan, for not remembering my birthday. Just saying.
Which Ryan is that? It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
I had no idea that Emily sent in a clip. That was so funny.
Yeah, I messaged her.
Well, I'm surprised Sean figured out technology. There's a lot of things I'm surprised about.
He didn't. He texted it to me. I had to figure it out from there. It was he got everybody on the phone, and I had to screen record her. No, I'm just kidding. No.
That was really great.
Happy birthday, Nick. This is Nick's birthday episode. I gave up on letting the birthday person host an episode when Chris.
Sorry about that.
Chris ruined that for everybody. So
yeah. It's probably for the better on this one. It's been a very rough day, and it made me feel so much better. So thank you.
Well, good. Yeah, when you texted us earlier, and you're like, "I've had make us laugh. I've had a rough day." I was like, "Oh, just wait. We've got you. We've got you covered, buddy." So you guys were here last week, and the Ghost to Ghost tour.
Coast to Ghost.
Oh, okay, Chris,
tour.
You were right. I'm sorry, I corrected you.
Thank you.
Week.
Yeah, I didn't want to be rude and correct you.
Yeah. I mean, if you're following me at Sandpiper Vacations on Facebook, you would have seen my ad on there. But so Sean and I did a Coast to Ghost tour, something that we invented. Basically, we went to the West Coast and did Halloween parties at Disneyland and went to Universal out there, and then literally spent 3 days in California. Flew to Orlando for 3 days and did Halloween parties there, where we met up with Scott and his daughter at Universal and had a crazy time. It was freaking hot.
It was really hot.
How
brutal.
I could never live there.
Yeah,
it was miserable.
We got there at about 3 o'clock, and did some of the rides over at Islands of Adventure, and that was just like a long night. Like Michaela and I. At about 10 o'clock, I looked at Nick and I said, "Hey, we're going to split off from you guys because, they're doing the rides, which rightfully so. You don't live here, so take your time. We should close the place down." Michaela and I are like, "We got to do these last 4 houses and get out of here because we're exhausted." But it was a lot of fun. Nick grabbed my ass.
What? Explain about it, please. I'm going to close my eyes and please just give me every detail.
That's how the gays. So if a gay likes you, our way of saying hello is not shaking your hand. It's not just hugging you. It's grabbing your ass.
Really? Yeah. Is it like a quick grab? Yeah. Is it a embrace grab?
No. I mean, I warned Scott ahead of time, at least, so it's not like I was trying to do anything illegal, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Anything that could take me to court.
You
later.
consented for it.
There was consent.
I'm a guy. Consent is not a real thing. Like we're.
I told him it's like homos hug, homos kiss. So expect all of it. So.
Yeah.
And he got it all from Sean and me.
I wasn't expecting both of their hands down my pants at the same time. That was a little unexpected, but the ass.
He did say you guys were going to go skiing.
So
I think you need 2 dicks for that, but
so what was funny is the next day I told my wife, and I made it very dramatic. I was like, "Hey, just to let you know, Nick grabbed my ass. And she's like, okay. She's like, I hope you grabbed it back. And I'm like, I don't think I did.
Oh,
there's a little bit back.
Yeah, a little bit back.
Your hands were too full because you were literally double fisting beer the entire time that you're with me. So I don't know if that's like a normal Scott situation or you're like, I'm uncomfortable with the homos, so I just need to get really, really drunk.
He didn't drink at all when I was with him.
No, he did it. He did it with us too.
There's a lot of beers before 2:00.
Yeah. And what's funny is I told Michaela, I was like, okay, I'm going to pace myself because we're getting here super early. So I'm going to pace myself. We're about to do Velocicoaster, as Remy puts it. So I don't want to start drinking before that. By the time we got to Velocicoaster, I was 3 deep already. No big deal.
Beers.
Yes, beer.
Not
oh yeah.
That wasn't until later.
I should
not gays.
we know that bar in the little Harry Potter land extremely well because I was like, hey, can we go get another Bud Light? Because it's right here. And I felt bad.
Yeah, it was exciting. We rode Velocicoaster, which I had a hard time with Velocicoaster at first, just watching it on YouTube videos. I've seen it on YouTube. I live in Ohio where we have Cedar Point here, and Cedar Point is the roller coaster capital of the world. Or it used to be. Like, it was on all the travel channels and everything like that. It's kind of died down a little bit on that sense. So I'm used to big roller coasters. I'm used to like breaking records and all that. This one, like on YouTube, it did not do justice. It was freaking incredible. Like, we were upside down for like a minute, I felt.
It is long. You're upside down for a while.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure it shook all the change out of me and everything. So,
well, that's why they metal detector us.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Lewis and I will, as long as I make it on that ride, I'm good. Like, we'll have 3 hours to go. I'm like, as long as we get Velocicoaster, I am fine.
So that
is my go-to.
Okay.
100%. Not only am I obsessed with dinosaurs at 29 years old, but it's the biggest roller coaster we have. So yeah. I love it.
See, my go-to is Tower of Terror. I cannot leave Hollywood Studios without Tower of Terror.
Love Tower of Terror
and Indiana Jones, but we know how that went on the last visit.
Way to go, Ryan! Thanks for that.
You guys ready for Lord Remy's word of the week?
Yes.
Please do. Yes.
I missed it last week, so I'm excited to catch up.
Praise your Savior, let him speak. It's Lord Remy's word of the week.
Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Don't do that. Hades, how many times have I told you? Do not, I repeat, do not play with the dynamite, okay? I don't care. I do not care. Do not play with the damn dynamite, alright, man? I'm telling you, do not play with it. That is bad for you, man. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it.
Okay. Sound effects?
Not too late. You did it. You went ahead and you just blew everything up. Now Zeus is gonna be mad at you, but Hercules, on the other hand, he is going to kick your butt. All right. What's up, guys? It's me, Remy, your Lord and Savior. I had to deal with Hades for a second because he did something that he shouldn't be playing with dynamite in the first place. All right. Today's word of the week is exacerbated. Exacerbated. All right. Meaning a problem, bad situation, or negative feeling. All right. To make things worse. That's what it is. Also, this word means aggravated, fan the flames to increase the severity, bitterness, or violence of disease, ill feeling, etc., etc. Now, here's a little history about this word. First appearing in English in the 17th century, exacerbate combines the Latin prefix ex with ex, out of or outside, with acer, offspring, acerbus, meaning harsh or bitter, just as pouring salt in a wound worsens pain. Things that exacerbate cause a situation to go from bad to worse, which that is absolutely true. Exacerbate goes back to the 1600s also and was borrowed into English from Latin. Over time, the meaning has stayed constant to increase the pain of something or to increase the bitterness of severity of something. And it's synonymous Yeah, synonymous with aggravate. That's pretty much what it says here. Here's the sentence that I came up with, and that is: the purpose factory shut down would only exacerbate our unemployment problems. So I got a little joke for you guys. Why did this grammar book get so frustrated with the dictionary? Because it felt like the dictionary was always exacerbating its definition. Well, guys, there you guys have it. That is your word of the week, and that word is once again exacerbated. It sounds like masturbated. I know. Anyway, guys, you guys are listening to the No New Friends podcast.
I would have never guessed that it sounded like that.
This is Abby with the correct pronunciations to last week's word of the week and the words I'm learning in middle school. First of all, Remy mispronounced inclusion, mesmerism, transfer, and enthrall. And Remy, what was all the noise in the background? Don't people know that you're recording a segment for a podcast? Show some professionalism. So, this week's middle school word of the week is broski. No, Dad, not brewski. Broski. And does anyone else think it's inappropriate for my dad to ask his 11-year-old princess to get him 6 days worth of beer when he is recording After Dark? And he says he doesn't drink a lot. Anyway, back to broski. A broski is someone that is my ride or die. Someone that I could talk about anything with someone I trust completely. Why have 100 friends when you can have one broski? Or Remy's broski is an entire song that should only be a short clip or not used at all. Really, Remy? An entire 9/11 clip on a comedy podcast with no trigger warning? That's all for me. Slay queens.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you very
beautiful.
much. Thank you,
what just
Remy
happened?
and Abby. Oh,
I'm so glad I'm with the times that I call my 9-year-old broski all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm on a roll.
She's been wanting to do that one. I was like, I don't know that that's like a middle school term. Like we've been using that word for a couple of years. But then with the running joke that's been going on about me drinking, I was like, I got to throw this in there. So
is it a joke though?
Listen, I don't drink often, but when I drink, I drink. Anyway, you're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Why don't you give the old Black Lincoln Collective podcast a listen? We're funny, we're fat, and we're here 24/7 at blcpodcast.com. Anytime you want to listen, anywhere, all your favorite podcast apps. Of course, we have a YouTube channel where you can stream live with the show. Check out our shorts. We're funnier the less you hear of us. That's been a Black Lincoln Collective podcast at blcpodcast.com.
There are 3 things that I hate in life: taxes, nausea, and booking vacations. The first 2 I'm stuck with, but for the third, I use Sandpiper Vacations. Sandpiper Vacations is a small business that is LGBTQ+ owned and operated with travel advisors all over the country. Whether it's a cruise, a trip to a theme park, or an all-inclusive resort, Sandpiper has you covered. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's free. Why book a vacation when you can have someone else do it for you? That's like choosing to take the stairs in a building that has an elevator. Leave the headaches of booking a vacation to someone else. Get your quote today at www.sandpipervacations.com and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast. As always, please leave us a review on the Spotify, on the Apple podcast. Nick, do you have any reviews pulled up that you can share with us?
Yes, I actually have one pulled up right now. This is from Recovery and Redemption. They actually left us 6 stars, which I don't know is possible because 5 is the max, but they said 6 stars. I love the show. If you are feeling down, you won't after listening to the show.
Aw. That was nice.
So, love that.
Oh, that's a great compliment.
I love that a lot.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, and 6 stars. So if you don't leave us more than 5, just write 6.
Yeah, just type it in. It'll pick it up. Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready to hear what's going on with a sophisticated gentleman in his travels and tribulations?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Woo. What shall it bring when the gentleman rings on travels and tribulations.
Hey there, No New Friends gang, Sophisticated Gentleman back again. I found out last week that Matt from Wii Sports is being sent to kill Santa Claus, and I figured with all the other great segments on the show, mine's starting to take a dip in quality, and maybe saving Santa Claus is exactly the publicity that I need. I think my best way to find Santa Claus is to search around for clues around some of the holidays that are coming up. And of course, with September, that starts up with Earth, Wind, and Fire Day, the 21st night of September. I was considering honoring 9/11 instead, but apparently that doesn't get mentioned on the No New Friends podcast. Unlike on Remy's Roundtable, where you'll hear an entire 10-minute audio from the disaster played. Now I bet if I search around some earth, some wind, and some fire, perhaps I'll find a clue and...
I'm gonna go gay for animal.
What are you doing here? Anyways, it's no matter. You can probably help me look for some clues to help figure out where Santa Claus is at. Let's search over near the earth here.
A massive car bomb exploded outside of a large federal building in downtown Oklahoma City.
Remy, what the hell, man? You can't put something like that in a segment. This is supposed to be a comedy segment, not a tragedy segment. All right, let's ignore that. Let's head over to wind and see what's over there.
Not quite to the morning mass of the humanity.
That was the Hindenburg, Remy. You can't play audio like that. It's deflated faster than Scott after 2 minutes of being on a Zoom call like Mel Tucker. What do you have to say for yourself, man?
We need to bring back, Confederacy, bring back the independence.
Why on earth would you say that? Anyways, let's check out fire and see what we've got over here.
Space Shuttle Challenger. A massive explosion.
I think Sarah's been higher than that. Oh my god, this is probably my most offensive segment yet. Remy, why don't you take the floor?
Would, just take my shirt off at Florida monuments.
Good thing the band didn't have water in their name, otherwise we'd have to deal with another element. Remy, what are you doing by that stream over there? And now we've got the song that played when the Titanic sang.
Evacuate the shelter at the Superdome. Katrina's departure was just the beginning.
I just have one thing to say to that, quoting Winnie the Pooh here.
Rain, rain, rain came down, 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 crashing, rising waves.
Pretty sure this is the segment where Scott asks me to leave the show. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to Travels and Tribulations, sponsored by Taco China. Sorry, not sponsored by Taco China. I really wasn't able to find any clues to Santa Claus for Earth, Wind, and Fire Day, but hopefully if I start searching around the next big holiday, Halloween, I'll be able to find a route forward. Why is Lithuania so darn cool?
He said there was a post credit scene that I was going to have to cut out. I think that was it. And listen, if you want to hear what we cut out, you're going to want to join our Patreon for as low as $2 a month so you can watch us record all of these things live. I feel like there's
I was projectile vomited.
By far, Sophisticated Gentleman's best segment yet. All right, so I feel like there's a lot of context that I need to bring to this segment, although I think Sophisticated Gentleman did a pretty good job. So last week on Remy's 9/11 episode, we got to listen to 10 minutes of
Can I tell my little story about that,
Please
Scott?
do. Please do.
Yeah, so I went to bed listening to Remy's Roundtable. I guess this was a week and a half ago. I'm listening, it's the Florida Theme Park podcast, and I dozed off, and then I wake up, and all I hear in both headphones is, "Oh my god, a plane just hit the second tower!" And I started panicking. I was like, what did my phone jump to? And it was actually Remy's Roundtable.
So we've had some fun with that this week. But wow. So someone in chat, Classic Ryan, Game Master Ryan says, glad Scott decided to play the Nazi song twice for his Jewish host. And to which Sarah responded, I felt it getting very hot in here. Oh boy. All right.
You couldn't see it, but my ancestors, it was everybody's sweating right now.
Actually, Sophisticated Gentleman recorded that because that's when the gate opens to Scott's gated community. That's the song that plays. We had to ride over there and press record.
People in my neighborhood do listen to this podcast. They haven't called me to say that they're offended yet, so there may be some truth to this running show.
Do you post it on your community board every Wednesday? Day.
I did when it was cute and wholesome, when it was just me and Mary. I stopped posting episodes around episode 100, something like that. I mean, I put the hey, vote for us thing, but yeah, not episodes. But people listen, and they haven't said, hey, I live here too. This is a little offensive. Nobody said that yet. It's really funny. I'm listening to a new podcast, and you guys are going to make fun of me, but it's called How Rude Tanneritos. It's hosted by Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber from Full House. So they're recapping episode by episode Full House. And they were discussing the episode very early on. It's like season 1, episode 6, when Danny Tanner's the color analyst for the boxing event. Now, here's the fun backstory on this. So I didn't really start watching sports until about 1989 when the Orlando Magic started playing. And the games were called by Chip Carey and the Goose Jack Givens. And they kept introducing the Goose Jack Givens as our colored commentator. Well, Goose Givens was an African-American gentleman. So I thought, I was like, even in the 80s, you couldn't say colored people. Like, that's not okay. And they're like, so they're calling him the colored commentator? Like, that's like, did we just go back about 20 years? It wasn't until like the first time I saw a white color commentator where I was like, oh, it's like bringing color to the event. Like they're the expert. They're either played or whatever. It was very, very confusing times for me. Anybody else make racism mistakes?
No.
Wow.
I just assumed that story is going somewhere else because when we met in person, we started talking about tattoos because your daughter just got a tattoo.
Yes.
She's 18. You're very upset about that. I could tell.
Yeah, it's her second tattoo.
So we asked what kind of tattoo Scott has, and he showed us his tattoo of, what was it, Orlando Magic?
Yeah, it's Orlando Magic Superman kind of intertwined. Yep.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah. So,
for like a second.
Yeah, Nick, I thought the same thing when I got it. I was like, well, this was cool. And then I was over it and I hate it. So my daughter did get a tattoo. I'm glad we brought this up. Now she had one like right here, and it's like a message for her grandfather who passed a couple years ago. And it's fine. It can cover up and all that. So she got a new one while she was here, right behind her ear. And it's yeah,
that's a controversial.
Is it?
I thought that's where you're going. I thought that's
what
the
is
direction
it?
you're going.
I have to know.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. So it is her sign, her astrological sign. Okay. And
what is she?
Well, she was born in mid-July, July 12th. So I don't know her exact sign, but I think Sarah knows what the symbol is.
I don't, but I have a story to go with your story. So that's all.
All I have to say, and then I'll let Sarah tell her story, is I see behind her ear, and I'm like, why the hell did you tattoo 69 behind your ear? I about lost my damn mind. Go ahead, Sarah.
Nick's like, I have 3 of those tattoos.
Meanwhile, you have two gay guys there, and we're like, that's an awesome tattoo.
They're encouraging this. They're encouraging this. They're like, oh, it's awesome. This is my little princess.
They ganged up on you.
Yep. And, Darren got a new tattoo also. And it's actually a really badass tattoo. It's just an outline. It's right on his arm right here. It's about, yay big. Okay. If you're listening, about 3 inches. And it's two ghostly figures. It's the Polaroid from Beetlejuice, but it's just the outline. It's actually really cool.
So I guess this whole story tells me you're sexist.
Oh yeah, my son can get as many tattoos as he wants. I don't care. He's professional enough, he's smart enough that he knows where he can get them and all that. But the 6'9" is the there it is in chat. Thank you for reminding me. So I was horrified. Now, Sarah, what were you going to say?
No, so when I was 18 years old, a long time ago, I had a pocket full of money after my serving job and I wanted to go and get a tattoo. So I went to a local tattoo shop with the intention of getting, I'm obsessed with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, always have been, always will be. And I wanted just a little asterisk behind my ear. That's all I wanted. And the guy looked at me and said, I absolutely will not tattoo an 18-year-old behind their ear. It's going to turn into just a circle. It's going to look bad. You're going to regret it, yada, yada. So I said, okay, well, I have a pocket full of cash and I want a tattoo now. So it went from being, half an inch by half an inch to like 4 by 4 on what my husband would say my butt, but I would say my hip. But anyways,
we can help settle the tie,
regret
Sarah.
it now.
Prove it.
I don't have to pull my pants down that low to show it. So I just don't think that it's on my ass. But sorry.
No, you can say ass.
But that being
ass is
said,
FCC, okay.
Okay, great.
You just can't say
okay. But now I live with the regret of going to this tattoo parlor and just saying, hey, screw it. And now I have a massive Red Hot Chili Peppers asterisk on my
ass,
lower half of my body.
That's fine, though. As long as they don't get Me Too'd, that's fine. It's timeless.
Right.
Like Aerosmith, it's questionable. But Red Hot Chili Peppers is fine.
Well, it doesn't say. Now, the Red Hot Chili Peppers symbol is an asterisk with the Red Hot Chili Peppers around it. I just have the asterisk.
Yeah, see?
So
that's
honestly,
good too.
it could go any way if need
Sarah,
be.
I feel like you need to be very careful with things with tattoos that could go either way. Because if you would have gotten, I don't know, the black asterisk with a white circle around it and a red background, that could be confused for something very offensive to your people. If it looks like
it's very confusing. Yes.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it.
And then
Scott's not very good at drawing.
Yeah, and then she got the numbers on her.
Well, I went and got my Holocaust tattoo, so there's that.
I like to go very non-controversial. So I've been thinking about tattoos a lot lately, and I think just to stay kind of politically correct, I'll probably get Michael Jackson on the back right of my shoulder. I feel like he had a very non-controversial career. And just,
but what era? You gonna get an afro or is it a nose job or
both black and white? And I'm just it's gonna say it doesn't matter if you're black or white on my back. I think that'll probably be the most non-controversial tattoo of all time.
I love that one.
Yeah, see.
Because
and maybe and then on my chest I'm gonna get Macaulay Culkin because I love Home Alone. Totally unrelated.
He did Ebony and Ivory with Paul McCartney, so you're good. You're in the clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you perform with Paul McCartney, you're good. That's like a
everything is
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, your sins have been absolved.
Chris, Mr. Rogers is a kids' television show that was on in the 70s, 80s, hosted by Fred Rogers. Very educational. Gone too soon. Nick avoids all the controversy and just goes Disney. Well, it's controversial in Florida because Florida doesn't really like Disney. So,
but I got a lot of compliments about it at Universal, but not at Disney, which was weird.
Yeah, that is racist. Yeah. Well, because if you're showing off your Disney tattoos at Disney, then you're try hard.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It is true.
It's the same. Like if you wear Mickey ears at Universal, a little weird.
I thought I was the only one. It angers me so much. When I walk into Universal and your Disney family trip shirts, your Mickey Mouse ears.
You take them ears off.
That pisses me off.
Yeah, it does piss me off too.
Sarah?
I'm sure it does, Chris.
I can tell.
I'm glad you brought this up because I texted you guys when I was at Epcot a couple weeks ago that someone was wearing a basketball jersey. And it was like a New York, no, it was a San Antonio, Nick, basketball is a sport that played indoors usually where they put the ball into the net.
There was one gay basketball player, Scott.
John Amici.
I forgot his
John Amici.
No, I forgot his name. No, it was the big black guy from the Spurs.
Oh, I don't know. John Amici was like one of the first to come out. Anyway, so this guy's wearing a Manu Ginobili basketball jersey. And okay, I get it. In Florida, it's hot, wear a tank top, but he's wearing a shirt underneath it. So it's like, I don't really get it. There's no game happening. It's not a game day because people wear their football jerseys on game days and that makes sense. But then he's got a New York Knicks hat, New York Knickerbockers, hat.
The Knickerbockers.
Yes. And I just don't get it. It's like, let's dress appropriate. Don't wear your matching "I love you, I know" shirts when you go to Universal. That's for Hollywood Studios. You don't even wear that at Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, or Epcot. You wear that at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, and it's like planning out my entire trip. I went to Disneyland, Universal California, Universal Orlando, and Disney World. I had a different outfit for every day planned out ahead of time.
Right. I do the same thing.
I'm like, I'm not wearing Disney to Universal.
Absolutely not.
A huge fan of Universal. I wore my We Say Gay shirt because it was Halloween, and I'm like, Florida, thinking scary, saying gay is scary. So I'm like, We Say Gay. I did get compliments on that one, though.
It's a great shirt. And if you want your No New Friends We Say Gay shirt, just visit our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. Click on the merchandise tab. Speaking of theme parks real quick. So, eons ago when we had Joe, formerly from the Diz His podcast, on the podcast, and he was bringing us Disney conspiracies, we talked about little tuberculosis Susie in the first scene of Carousel of Progress. You see her churning the laundry or whatever, and then you never see her again. So we went with the theory that she died of tuberculosis. Guys, I'm happy to report that because Diz His, Chris and Alex did the history of the world of motion, I decided to watch a ride through. And I
more research than I did.
And I'll tell you what, you're going along and there's this family that's watching this air show. In the back of the vehicle is tuberculosis Susie. I swear to God, she's there.
Scott, it's funny you say you're happy to announce, because we did come to the conclusion that she was abducted.
Yes. So now, but at least we know where she went. She's no longer tuberculosis Susie. She's abducted Susie. So she will forever be known as abducted Susie.
Happy to announce she is alive. Abducted, but alive.
Maybe the bear was just trying to save her the entire time. Oh my God, we solved the world peace.
Solved. No more conspiracy.
Okay. So now that we know where abducted Susie went, we have to find her new place, because World of Motion's not there. She's got to be somewhere. So maybe she's the faceless newsboy at Spaceship Earth. Who knows?
Oh, that's a good. I like that theory.
Maybe, they put her into slave labor.
Wow, that's deep.
They did that with my people too.
All right, that's mystery solved. The expert here.
You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.
Picture it, St. Augustine, Florida, 2022. You're on the Night Watchman Ghost Tour with all of your ghoul friends. The air grows colder, you turn the corner, and there she is, Ghost Mary. Okay, you probably won't run into Ghost Mary. You may see a ghost named Mary. I'm not really 100% sure, but the tour guides for the Night Watchman Ghost Tour from See America Tours do know it is the only 4D ghost tour in St. Augustine. So if you have ever wondered what a ghost smells like, well, now is your chance. And right now they have a scary good deal going on. Enter the promo code NNF as in No New Friends and receive 25% off your Night Watchman Ghost Tour. So visit them at seeamericatours.net. That is SEE americatours.net. Okay, bye.
Hey there, Scott here. You all know I like to spend time wandering the neighborhood on my big wheels or hanging out at the park with my fedora and my Bud Light. So I don't have time to clean my own house. That's why I've been using I Believe services for the past 6-7 years, and they're the best in commercial and residential cleaning. They're also doing carpet shampooing at such a reasonable price. Just check them out. That's ibelieveservices.us. Give them a call, 407-928-4595, and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
Hey guys, comedian James John, and you are listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast. Hope you're enjoying this episode. If you are, leave us a rating. Leave us a 5-star review. If you're not enjoying it, why are you still listening? But thank you, and leave us a 5-star review and a rating. We'd love that. Or 5-star rating and a review. I always mix those two up. I don't understand why I do that. But anyway, are you guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida Man?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I do that voice like that because I hope that everyone says yeah at the same time, and I just sound like Michael Jackson every week. Yeah. I know.
Whether flipping a fan boat or crashing a truck, these states are filled with people who suck. So it's time for us to play New Jersey Man versus Florida Man.
Every week, Ryan brings us 2 news stories. One is from Jersey, one is from Florida. It is up to us to determine which one is which.
Hey guys, this is Ryan. Let me take a drink real quick before starting this.
Damn metal straw.
All right, there we go. Hey guys, this is Ryan coming to you from the No New Friends and Newsroom located this week at Chris's doctor's office. Since Chris keeps sacrificing his Achilles to the fire, he asked me if I would drive him to the doctor. We had to drive my car to the doctor because his car is a little too liberal for me. I think that thing runs on snowflakes. So what's this doctor's name? Dr. Patel? Doctors are really the only time that Scott prefers a minority. He refuses to see a woman doctor. I had to fill out all this paperwork for you, Chris. Why don't you go play with that bead maze over there or read some zoo books or something? He's always mesmerized by those bead mazes. Let's see here. First name, Chris. Last name, Dinklage. All right, sex. I'm going to write not since the injury. Height, 3'9". Weight. I'm going to put somewhere between the size of people on mobility scooters in Walmart and having to rent a U-Haul to get him here. Address, the less stabby area of New Jersey. Reason for visit. I'm going to put re-injured while trying to trample a dog. Okay, I think that wraps up the paperwork. Hey, Sarah's here. What are you here for, Sarah?
Drugs. That's it.
Oh, well, that's pretty straightforward. Well, good luck with that. I guess Sarah's been hanging out with Mary too much. Anyways, it's our time to see the doctor, Chris. Chris, the doctor wants to know what your diet mostly consists of.
Snickers.
Well, that sounds healthy. Well, they did a prostate exam on Chris while he was here, and they can confirm he's still a tight ass. Nick is currently working on a treatment plan for him on that. Well, Doc, what's the diagnosis?
Diabetes.
Diabetes? Is that what's wrong with his leg? I knew this day would come. While Chris enjoys his lollipop he got for being a brave little boy, let's get into this week's Florida Man or Jersey Man. So for our first story, a man sets fire to a car belonging to his ex-girlfriend, who also happens to be his cousin. And for our second story, a 93-year-old man gets married for the first time.
All right. Birthday boy Nick. What do you think? We've got marrying the cousin or 93-year-old newlywed.
That's tough. I feel like the 93-year-old, just because Florida is full of very old people. I mean, look at Scott there. So let's go.
You're not that far behind there, buddy. Chris, what are your thoughts?
I think he's trying to throw us off. So I think the cousin thing's going to be New Jersey. Because there are southern parts of New Jersey, they think they're the South. They wear the cowboy boots, they wear the hats, they show up to the country concerts. I think that's going to be New Jersey. The other one's going to be Florida. 93. Old people live in Florida. 90% of the old population live in Florida. Probably true.
All right, Sarah?
I'm going to agree with Chris because I think that Ryan would try and throw us off. Also, we do have a lot of old people in Florida, so I agree with Chris.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree as well because Florida is...
Are we having our first foursome?
I think we do.
Yeah.
Well, it's not our first foursome. It's our first foursome with Nick.
On the air. Yes. Yeah.
And here's the thing. Florida is not necessarily known for a cousin marrying state. That's more like North Carolina, Kentucky. Yeah. Alabama. So, yeah, I'm going to go Jersey is the marrying cousin and Florida is the 93-year-old newlywed. All right, let's find out the answer.
So our first story is from Florida, where a South Florida man is arrested for allegedly setting fire to a car that belongs to his ex, who also happens to be his cousin. Here in the South, we have a nickname for our cousins. They're called Fair Game. So that means our second story is from New Jersey, where a New Jersey man gets married after being a bachelor for 93 years.
Wow.
He married an 83-year-old woman, really robbing the cradle there, after meeting her 64 years ago. Man, he had a good long run. I guess after 64 years of nagging, you'd do anything to shut her up. And in other news, I'm sure everybody heard about the 6.8 magnitude earthquake that hit Morocco. Coincidentally, this is seconds after Chris fell over his dog in New Jersey. I'm still feeling tremors from that one. I think you should probably rename that dog to Indy, as she too was almost crushed by a giant rolling object.
Oh my god.
Anyways, that's it for me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I do have some pulling back the curtain on this Jersey man, Florida man. When the horrible earthquake happened, Ryan texted, just got to wait a couple weeks until we can joke about it.
Oh, boy.
I didn't know about this earthquake.
Oh, it's all over the news. It's the second story by
very
the
sad.
Thousand Kingdom Bear.
Yes, thousands.
First step, watch the news. Heard, okay.
So speaking of really old people, Jimmy Carter, they're like planning his 99th birthday party. So he's not going anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm getting a little pissed off.
He's super alive.
Does he know what hospice is?
Apparently not. Apparently it's just the free ice cream shop.
I feel like even rich people are entitled with hospice. Mm-hmm. Like my grandparent goes to hospice, they're dead in 3 days. A rich person goes to hospice, they're like that's just like, hey, that's like they're on a cruise ship for like the last 5 years of their life.
Sarah, did we have any other celebrity deaths this week?
Oh no. I don't know offhand. I'm so sorry.
I actually looked because Nick Castellanos hit 2 home runs today. I was like, wait, something horrible is going to happen today.
All right. Well, nobody knew noteworthy, I don't think. I don't think anybody.
It's honestly, it's showing the same people as last time. Okay. So 2 weeks ago. So it looks like we're still waiting for Jimmy Carter.
Okay. All right. So Nick,
and I even missed a week, and he's still around.
He's still around
in hospice.
The whole joke was we were supposed to have him on in April because we thought he was going to be gone before April, and here we are, September, almost the end of September.
This is correct.
Good for him.
Yep. Nick, so it is your birthday.
Speaking of September, it's my birthday month.
It's your birthday month. Oh, let me play your jingle. Hold on.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
So... Move, I'm gay. Oh, we're a little late on that one. We'll just play this. We'll play the music now and just skip that part. So I want to talk about not just because it's my birthday, but you guys all know, like, when it's your birthday, you get tons of emails from like every website you sign up for.
Oh yeah,
that's like, hey, happy birthday! Like, we're thinking of you. Like, I literally just got one as we're recording from a massage therapist that I haven't seen in like 7 years.
My wife gets really mad at me when she sees my email and it's like, happy birthday from Sorority Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah. Hate when that happens.
We miss you.
Here's a 10% off coupon. Come back.
Yeah, come back.
Literally. So speaking of coupons, like a lot of companies will send out like birthday coupons to try to entice you to come in. So like Starbucks every year, which I'm mad because they changed it. It used to be you could go like the entire week of your birthday. Now you have to go actually on your birthday.
What?
And the issue with Starbucks is they have my birthday in their system as September 22nd. My birthday is the 21st. I've called them twice about it 2 years in a row. Like, hey, fix my birthday. I want it on my birthday. So
send out an angry tweet. That'll work.
Oh yeah.
Trust me.
I'll talk to Chris about that one.
Yes.
So I can't get my coffee till my day after my birthday now, which is fine. So today I'm like, Sean and I were talking like, we're going to order dinner. What do we want? And I'm like going through all my coupons. I'm like, oh, what's a good deal for dinner? I'm like, Firehouse subs. I get a free sandwich. So I was like, let's do this. And then I try logging in, and their login sends you that two-factor identification thing where you get an email with a number. Ugh. Hate those things. So I get that, and I tried the number. It's like, number doesn't work. Try again. So I keep trying. Like 7 times later, still didn't get it logged in. So I finally get logged in after like 20 tries. And I put my order in, get excited. I'm like, great, I'm going to get my free birthday sandwich. They emailed me today that says, we have a sandwich coupon loaded in there. I look in there, and there's no sandwich coupon in there.
What?
So I told Sean, I'm like, we're not eating here tonight because the only reason we're eating here is because I had a coupon for a free sandwich. I'm not going to eat there. So we ended up ordering somewhere else, which I had a $5 off coupon. So screw you, Firehouse Subs.
Maybe Abdul works for Firehouse Subs. I do love how like you went like instead of going for the free sandwich, like no, we're not going there at all. We're gonna pay money somewhere else. Like we're not gonna pay money at this place. I'm team. Yeah, I'm team. If you're not giving me a free coupon, I'm not eating there as well. I totally agree with that decision.
So I have some coupons. I got a free coffee. I got free donuts. So I'm taking advantage of all these coupons because it's my birthday month. So Firehouse Subs, you better step it up and give me my coupon if you're listening out there. So
have you ever heard of the person that hacked Starbucks? They purchased 365 Starbucks gift cards and registered each individual one under a different birthday, so they get free coffee every day.
Genius idea!
Brilliant.
Yeah, Sarah just ordered 365.
Yeah, absolutely.
Starbucks gift cards.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. Lewis is very tech savvy, and Sarah's very cheap.
I mean, Starbucks is expensive. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be the first person to reach capacity on your Apple Wallet.
So speaking of my birthday, I know we've talked about this on a previous episode too, but for my birthday this year and every year, we do raise money for the Ronald McDonald House charities in Central Ohio. So if you do want to donate to that, we'll post a link in the show highlights. You can also send me a Venmo directly if you'd like at Nick-Bryan. And I'll make sure we get it taken care of, but it's an amazing organization.
Nick, wait, say that one more time, but spell your thing out since Bryan spelled 2 ways.
PENIS.
You can send me a Venmo as well too at Nick. That's NICK -Bryan BRYAN. And I'll make sure that money does go directly to the Ronald McDonald House here, so that way there's no fees or anything involved with some of those other websites out there that do charges. So thank you everybody that has supported it already. We truly appreciate it. We're basically halfway to our goal of $1,000 right now, so super excited.
Wow,
that's amazing. Awesome. And I'll put that in the episode description just like last week. Chris, you got any cliff notes for us?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
So Scott started off the show with talking about how a bear successfully snuck into Walt Disney World. Upon learning how easy it was for a bear to sneak into a park full of children, Scott ordered 3 lifelike bear costumes.
Wow.
After Nick heard his birthday messages, he said that he was a sloppy mess. A little confused because you did not look like the last time you were a sloppy mess. So also in these birthday messages, Nick's friend informed us that you dressed up as Ursula on your Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween night. I'm glad he told us that, because I was having a debate with somebody that you were dressed up as Gades. I had no idea it was Ursula. So Abby talked about how Remy mispronounced the word inclusion. In his defense, at least he knows what the word is. Now, Scott, that's basically the opposite of your HOA. And lastly, Scott told us that his son got a tattoo that was around 3 inches long, or as Scott's wife's knows this length as 8 inches, I swear. And those are my cliff notes.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's always fun to hear your jokes.
Hey, this is Alex from Diz His, along with
Chris from the No New. Wait, what is this an ad for?
This is an ad for Diz His on No New Friends.
Oh my gosh, I'm so out of place. So yeah, we're on a Disney podcast, right, Alex?
Yeah, you and me now. We're doing a Disney podcast, Disney History, every week. On Tuesdays, it drops. Social media is Diz His Pod.
Yeah, if you ever need cleansing of the obscurities that you hear on this show, check us out on Diz His podcast, where we do something way more innocent.
And if you love Alex's segment, which is me, my history segment, then you'll love our full episode of Disney History.
Yeah, if you want a big load of Alex, listen to the Diz His podcast. You're going to love it. A little bit of me, a lot of Alex. It's like half and half, but a lot of Alex. A lot of Alex.
Whoa. There's a lot of you too. You also give up a big load yourself.
That's fair.
Chris, what do you got coming up on Diz His?
So, this is a longer episode, so I don't want to go too long with this promotion. But Nick recently just went on his Coast to Ghost tour, which was a really, really long trip, which I'm grateful for, because the next time Nick asks me how far I'm willing to go, I can whisper, Coast to Ghost. This week on Diz His, we break down the history of Pizza Rizzo, and we have our very own Ryan from Florida Man versus Jersey Man, who is our Muppet expert.
Oh, nice.
And he's on the episodes. A lot of fun.
So it took you about 3 hours to record that with his spotty internet?
Yeah, it was, that's conservative. I think took more like 4.5.
Oh, okay.
But it was a long, long time. And I hate things that go on for a long time. And that's why I save time, Scott. And by saving time, I reach out to Nick from Sandpiper Vacations, who books all my vacations for me. I go over to sandpipervacations.com, and I don't have to book vacations anymore. I just say, hey, I want to go to Disney. These are the dates. Just give me my damn tickets. I don't say damn. I'm very respectful. I'm very respectful to Nick. I'm just disrespectful in the bedroom, very respectful on online forums.
It's really funny that you say, to save time, book your vacations through Nick from Sandpiper Vacations. The other night, I got done going to Costco with my wife, and she was like, did you book sex from Sandpiper Vacations to save time? But she was happy with my freshly clean-shaven balls. And if you want clean-shaven balls, just visit manscaped.com. Use promo code NNF for 20% off your discount. I always do that. 20% off.
20% off. I do just want to say this before we wrap this segment up, is that if you do book a vacation by yourself and you don't go through Nick from Sandpiper Vacations, don't know how to put this lightly, you're dead to me. So if you don't want to be dead to me,
homophobic.
Please go to sandpipervacations.com. Exactly. It's like you've committed a crime against humanity if
it's a hate crime.
Book through Sandpiper Vacations. It is. It technically is. And we are entitled to file charges. Yep. So please, this is not a threat. It's a promise. Go to sandpipervacations.com.
Yeah, it's okay to make Holocaust jokes, but if you don't use Nick from Sandpiper Vacations, that's offensive. Mm-hmm. Anyway, check out Diz His, all social media, Diz His Pod. We've got some other great podcasts that we always want to tell you about. Of course, ours on Wednesday night, New Friends After Dark, where we peel back the layers of the parfait or the onion or the Scantron test. I don't know, whatever we're peeling back the layers of. Chris hosts that episode. It's me, Chris, and Nick. Sometimes Sarah joins us. It's always a good time. Also, the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. We tried to have them on a couple weeks ago. We had some internet problems, so they'll be coming back on soon. We can't wait to tell you when. Also, Ashes to Awesome, where Chuck LaFlange discusses his rise from recovery, and not just his rise, but other rise from addiction and into recovery. Also, we have Don't Wreck Yourself, where Ryan takes on the internet's BS and tells you that it was BS, and they discuss it. Also, The Sophisticated Gentlemen's, Cases of Continuity, where he's still on the James Bond series and will probably be there probably for the rest of the year. Chris, what do you want to tell us about?
Studio 21, the baseball podcast. Listen to it now because the Phillies doing pretty damn good. So I do want to toot my own horn there. Listen to them if you like baseball. Then we have the Lord and Savior of all of the world, Lord Remy himself, on Remy's Roundtable, the Florida Theme Park podcast. Please listen to that. One of my favorite podcasts ever created. And lastly, we have the YouTube channel, Big Beautiful Diz, where our friend Dane breaks down really cool history of mostly Disney attractions, hotels, everything. This week, he did a really cool drum cover, which he's gotten really, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. He's gotten really good with his drum covers. He's got the different angles going. He's got the great microphones going. Really good quality. Check out Big Beautiful Diz for that.
Nick, what podcast do you want to tell us about?
We actually had this podcaster on After Dark episode a couple weeks ago. This is the Anola Papa podcast. It's a gay dad that started some blogging and is now a podcaster. He just recently brought on a big singer in the gay community, Pepper Mache, who has a couple of dance hits that are really huge. So definitely go check that out.
Awesome. And Sarah, what's coming up on the Nerd Archive podcast?
They are continuing to talk about Ahsoka, which is fantastic. Episode 6, I fell asleep during it, so I will have to listen to the episode, and so should you.
Awesome. Check out all those podcasts. You know what? We have a link to all of them on our website. So visit our website, and while you're there, check out our sweet merchandise. Join our clubhouse. For as low as $2 a month, you can watch us record all these things live. You get to buy our friendship for only $2 a month. I had to buy my wife's anyway. And then you can connect with us on all of our social media. Please follow us on the TikTok, the Instagram, the YouTube, all that good stuff. All of our links are right there. Don't forget to leave us a review and a 5-star rating on all of your podcast platforms. We love that kind of stuff. Really helps us out. On behalf of Abby, Lord Remy, the Sophisticated Gentleman, Game Master Ryan, our producer Alex, Nick, Sarah, Chris, Mary, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.